Hello. Today I'm going to talk about paraphrasing. Whenever you're writing a paper, you want to bring in evidence to support your ideas. Sometimes the evidence comes from your own experience or your own life, but often we're writing about other people's ideas. These might be ideas that we have read about in articles, or they might be ideas that we have seen in a video or something. The key is that we need to when we take somebody else's ideas and put them into our own papers, we need to paraphrase, which means that you take the writing and you put it into your own words. I'm going to talk with you about what makes a good paraphrase, and then I'll show you one method for paraphrasing that I like to use. We'll start with the 3 criteria for a good paraphrase. First, a good paraphrase has the same meaning as the original. That means that all of the main ideas are included and no new ideas are added. So you can't add your own ideas to the paraphrase. You need to make sure that your writing shows exactly what that person means. Second, a good paraphrase is different enough from the original to be considered your own writing. That means no more than 4 or 5 words in a row from the original source. You also need to make sure that you change the grammar and vocabulary as much as possible. Third, a good paraphrase cites the original source. Include the name of the author and/or the name of the source. We're going to work on all of these things this quarter. Finally, I have one more rule, and this is my own personal rule. It must make sense. When you write a paper, you're writing for someone to read, and most of the time, the person who's reading your paper has not read the original article. That means that your paraphrase needs to make sense all on its own. You can't assume that your reader understands the idea already. You need to make sure you write the idea very clearly so that someone who has no idea what it's about can understand. Anytime you write a paraphrase, I want you to go back, read it, and think, does it make sense? Can someone understand this idea? If not, it's a bad paraphrase and you need to start over. Right now, I want you to stop. You're going to pause this video and I want you to turn to page 7 in Sourcework. There's an exercise that's labeled Now You Try. I want you to pause the video, complete that exercise. When you're finished with the exercise, start the video again. Welcome back. I'm going to talk now about a method of paraphrasing that you may want to use this quarter. It's called the tell a friend method. This is how you do it. First, you read the original writing. You need to make sure that you understand it. This is the time to look up any words in the dictionary that you're not sure what they mean. This is the time to kind of really think about the ideas and make sure you really understand it. Cover it up. So if you're reading from a book, you might close the book or you might put a piece of paper over it. If you're at a computer, you change the screen so that you can't see it. The idea is that you make it so that you cannot see that original writing. Next, just imagine that you're talking to a good friend who hasn't read this original writing. How would you explain the idea to your friend? Just write that down. Whatever you would explain to your friend, write that down. And then fourth, go back and read the original again to see if the paraphrase has the same meaning as the original. I like this method because a lot of times when we paraphrase, we're trying so hard to change the grammar and the vocabulary, and it feels like a lot of work. This method, as long as you understand the idea, if you're telling somebody about it without looking at it, you're using your own words, which means that a lot of times you come out with a more natural sounding paraphrase. It's more natural language than if you go through and try to change all of the keywords to synonyms. So I think this is a nice method, and we're going to work on it. I've got some homework for you. You're going to read the following quote. Once you understand it, move away from the computer so that you can't see it. Then I want you to write a paraphrase using the tell a friend method. You need to bring your paraphrase to class tomorrow. Here's the quote. In today's disposable culture, we throw away people like we do razors, always assuming there's someone better out there to hang out with or to work for. People who will never embarrass us, let us down, or offend us. This was said by Kelly Cutrone in the book Normal Gets You Nowhere. Read it, understand it, then stop this video, turn away from the computer, explain this idea the way you would to a friend. Bring your paraphrase to class tomorrow. We're going to work with them tomorrow in class. Goodbye.